Sargis was a bright student. He excelled in his classes, his goal to become a doctor. He spent hours in the library poring over textbooks. He shadowed doctors at the local hospital. Sargis was determined to make a difference. He was going to help people. His future was bright. He was popular among his classmates. They admired his work ethic and dedication. Professors saw his potential. He was always eager to learn. He asked insightful questions. He was destined for a successful career in medicine. His future was secure. Sargis felt the weight of his family's expectations. They had sacrificed so much for him. He was determined to make them proud. They had immigrated to a new country. They worked tirelessly to give him a better life. He would repay their love with success. He would not let them down. He was acutely aware of the privilege he had. He knew many others weren't as fortunate. This fueled his desire to succeed. He wanted to use his education to give back. He wanted to make a difference in the world. He was determined to live a life of purpose. He was on the right path. One evening, while scrolling through social media, Sargis saw an ad. It was for a sports betting app. The ad promised easy money. It seemed harmless. He could win money by predicting the outcome of games. He decided to try his luck, just for fun, just a small bet. He placed a small bet on a basketball game. He won. The thrill was intoxicating. He felt a surge of excitement. The ease of winning was alluring. He told himself it was just luck. He could stop any time. Days turned into weeks. Small bets turned into larger ones. He started spending more time on the app. He neglected his studies. He skipped classes. The app became an obsession. He was chasing the high of winning. He was hooked. The app was designed to be addictive. Flashing lights, celebratory sounds and notifications bombarded him. The algorithms were sophisticated. They were designed to keep him engaged. He was losing more than he was winning. He was in denial. He believed he could beat the system. Sargis started chasing his losses. He believed he could win back what he had lost. He started betting even more money. He took out loans. He borrowed from friends. He was in over his head. He justified his actions by telling himself he was just one win away. One big win would solve all his problems. He could pay back his debts. He could get back on track. The delusion was strong. The more he lost, the more desperate he became. He couldn't control his impulses. He was trapped in a vicious cycle. He was losing everything, his dreams, his future, his sanity. He became withdrawn and isolated. He was ashamed of his addiction. He pushed away his friends. He lied to his family. He was living a double life. The guilt and shame were overwhelming. The pressure of his secret life began to take its toll. His grades plummeted. He stopped attending classes altogether. He was no longer the bright, promising student he once was. His professors noticed his decline. They tried to reach out to him. They were concerned about his well-being. He ignored their calls. He avoided their emails. He couldn't face them. His world was crumbling around him. He had lost his scholarship. He was facing expulsion. He was deep in debt. He had hit rock bottom. The once bright light in his eyes had dimmed. He was a shadow of his former self. The weight of his actions was crushing him. He was lost and alone.